Ross Gray is looking for a gas-powered SUV that suits his young family and a job that involves a lot of work on building sites.
The reason I'm looking at something like this, the Chinese vehicles, is because, first of all, the price. It's a lot cheaper than your big brands.
The average Chinese SUV is about half the price of some of the more established brands from other countries. Ralph Heibner, Bike's regional sales manager, says the prices of these Chinese gas-powered cars draw customers to his dealership.
Not cheap in a sense that they're dumping product in South Africa, but affordable in terms of monthly payment, because for the South African consumer, it's not about the full price of the vehicle, but what am I paying on a monthly basis? That has to do with economics.
Chinese brands have become serious contenders in South Africa's auto industry, says Mari Magia, salesperson for another Chinese brand called Haval.
I do know a few that are closing down because of the Chinese dealerships that are opening up. We're booming, if I can say that.
In the past, many South African consumers were wary of the quality of Chinese-made vehicles, but buying habits may be changing. Gray says he's more comfortable with Chinese-made quality nowadays. There's also another, more local reason for considering a Chinese-made SUV. Gray's last car, a pricier Toyota Hilux, was stolen.
Being South Africa, the Chinese vehicles are not on the stolen list like the big brands are.
While only about 1/3 of South Africans own a vehicle, it is the largest car market on the continent. Ford, Toyota, Volkswagen and Mercedes have manufacturing plants in the country producing vehicles for export or for the local market. The newest Chinese players in the car market are disrupting the industry here, says Michael Mabasa, head of South Africa's NAMSA, the Automotive Business Council.
In the last 5 years, we've seen an introduction of some very interesting brands that are coming into the country from China. And those brands have grown in the market and they've surpassed, in fact, many of our traditional brands that we have in the country.
Mabasa says there has been a 200% increase of Chinese gas-powered car brands coming into the country between 2019 and 2023. The growing popularity of Chinese brands doesn't mean there aren't bumps in the road. In 2018, Bike opened a manufacturing plant in the Eastern Cape, but production stalled, reportedly due to the pandemic, labor disputes, and a lack of brand awareness.
They're still in a setting up phase. They've obviously experienced some hiccups in getting that particular plant off the ground.
Bike's business detours aside, President Cyril Ramaphosa is looking down the road to a greener future, courting more investments from China and urging electric car maker BYD to set up shop in South Africa. With Sahir Kasim, Kate Bartlett, VOA News, Johannesburg, South Africa.